Hey there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Adam and today we're going to look at some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy Reddit stories, consider liking, subscribing, and maybe hitting that notification bell too. Let's get started with today's first story. Much love everyone. Today's first story comes from my brother stole my ex-girlfriend and wants to come to my wedding. I'll use the same names he did for the sake of simplicity. My fiancée is Maria 24 female and my ex is Jen 24 female. A little over 5 years ago my brother started dating Maria, my now fiancée. 3 months after they started dating they set me up with her now ex-best friend Jen. The four of us did a lot together since the girls were best friends. Turk and Maria dated for a year and Jen and I dated for 9 months. At the end of our relationship I came home early and found Turk and Jen having sex in my bed. After I processed the situation I called Maria because I'd want to know if I was in her place. She came over and we confronted Turk and Jen. They dumped us and I found out 2 days later started dating each other. It broke me. I came home to find my brother effing my girlfriend only to run off with her. I had to move back in with my parents. It was infuriating because they kept talking about how happy Turk and Jen were throughout the next couple of months. Maria and I started talking. We were two people in similar crappy situations and we found some comfort in each other. 4 months after we got dumped Maria and I officially started dating. 6 months after we got dumped Turk found out that Jen was cheating on him and she left him for the other guy. I actually only found this out today from reading Turk's post. Maria would get the occasional message from Turk trying to reconnect, but she ignored him anyway. Moving on to now, Maria and I are engaged and getting married in September. My parents were invited until my mom called me and threatened to not come if I didn't invite Turk. I told her to not bother coming regardless. In my mother's eyes Turk can do no wrong. When he effed and started dating my ex I told my parents everything he did and my mom tried to defend him. Our relationship isn't the greatest, but it was somewhat decent. After I uninvited my parents I only invited my mom, but my dad texted me and said he's not coming if my mom isn't. Turk blew up my phone trying to get a hold of me. This is the first time he's even tried reaching out to me in 4 years. Like I said before, Turk posted about this situation here on Reddit as well, and apparently my parents told him that Maria and I were getting married and that started this whole thing of them getting uninvited. He stopped calling me, but he's blowing up my phone with texts begging me to re-invite my parents and possibly give him an invite. So yeah, I just wanted to get my side out there. Let's hear some reactions to this side of the story. The first one goes, your mom downplaying what he did to you is kind of telling whose side she's on. I've come across that piece. It seems in Turk's eyes he didn't do anything wrong either, and trying to get a hold of Maria is also trying to steal her from you. You're better off without all of them in your life moving forward. Good luck with your upcoming wedding. The next commenter says, I read his post and think he is just as slimy now. Op. You are good. I'm also super proud of you for standing up for yourself. It's hard. You are now my prime example of what I would like to be in that regard. Please make sure you have security at your wedding. Also tell your wonderful soon-to-be wife's maid of honor she will prep to make sure things go all right when your mother and brother show up. The next comment states, we see this time and again to other family members. They don't care about bad behavior that doesn't hurt them. They just care when their ability to have or represent a big happy family is compromised, so they always put it on the injured party, make excuses, gaslight, or say crap like that is all in the past. They don't care about anything except letting themselves believe that they have a good family. Screw that. Your brother is in a holy of the highest order and it is fine that you never talk to him again. Your mom can make her choices as can your dad. Just let them know there are consequences. You and Maria are healthy and mature and much more likely to be giving grandkids or having family events if they want in on that. They have to be in. If they turn their back on you now, there is no guarantee that the door is going to stay open. They have to make their decisions and their decisions have consequences. Edit. Am I wrong for accidentally getting my parents uninvited for my brother's wedding back when my 25 male ex Maria 24 female and I were dating? We set my brother Arthur 24 male up with his ex Jen 24 female, who was Maria's I guess now ex-best friend. Maria and I dated for about a year and Arthur and Jen dated for about 9 months. We'd constantly do things together since Maria and Jen were best friends. Out of our little group my personality matched Jen's the most, which led to us getting close. I felt so comfortable around Jen and we both had a moment of weakness. We were at a party and we did the deed. We stuck around for about a week before Arthur and Maria found out. Jen and I decided we'd be better together, so he broke off our relationship and started dating each other. Jen and I dated for about 6 months and it was amazing until I found out she was cheating on me and she left me for the other guy. I was heartbroken. I thought I found my match. I kept thinking about how good Maria was to me in hindsight. She treated me way better than Jen ever did. I went to message her to beg her to take me back, but decided to look at her Instagram pictures first, and that's when I found out that she and Arthur had started dating in the 6 months Jen and I were together. They've been together for 4 years, and I found out from my parents that they're getting married in September. It hurts so much finding that out. What hurt even more was the fact that I didn't receive an invite. I mean, I know things have happened between us, but Arthur and I are brothers or family. When I told my parents I hadn't received an invite, they phoned Arthur and tried to get him to invite me, but all that ended up doing is getting them uninvited. I tried calling Arthur to get them re-invited and to get myself invited, but he didn't answer any of my calls. My parents haven't said anything, but I feel like they're mad at me for getting them uninvited from Arthur's wedding. Am I wrong for accidentally getting my parents uninvited from my brother's wedding? Now I'll see some comments from that post up. Dear God, you expected the person you cheated on to take your cheating butt back and you're shocked to discover your brother doesn't want your cheating butt at his wedding, go figure. Another commenter said, wait, you had sex with your brother's girlfriend and then started dating her, and now you don't know why he doesn't want you at his wedding. Am I reading that right? Edit, yeah, OP, you're wrong as F. You ran off with your brother's girlfriend, leaving your ex and your brother devastated. Then you stick your parents on him because you weren't invited to the wedding, and you wonder why they're uninvited. They're uninvited because they sided with you and showed their true colors. Anyone who would side with you is trash, honestly. It doesn't make sense to have people at your wedding who don't have your back. If the mother is defending the brother who cheated, then the comments are right. The mom has clearly made her decision. And why bring such negativity to a day that's supposed to be one of the best days in a couple's life? That seems like you're just asking to curse the marriage. The brother doesn't deserve to be at the wedding of a former girlfriend of whom he cheated on. He doesn't get to have that luxury. He especially doesn't get to go to his brother's. If he ran off with his former partner, I mean, in a way he did sort of bring the two together, but the cheating should never have happened to begin with. Thanks for sharing your side, OP, cheers. What do you think? Would you have let your brother and your parents come to the wedding? Let us know your decision below. Next up, what's in a name? This OP will tell you. That one time my entitled supervisor felt stupid after messing with my name and my salary. Fake names for privacy reasons. For context, I've been working at a BPO since June of 2021. I was offered to join a new campaign since October 2022, and I eventually joined. In addition, I requested vacations last December as I was going to spend Christmas and New Year's Eve with my family as per usual, which of course they were approved. On to the main story. I returned from these vacations at the start of January, and everything went fine. However, as soon as I returned, I was informed by management that the team I was working with had been shuffled because all work teams are to be shuffled every 4 months as per the client's order. Not a problem. I was assigned new workmates, which would be fine until I met my new supervisor. The name was Rhonda, slightly blonde, a bit chubby, and a grin that said that she was friendly. I was so stupid to fall for this. As soon as Rhonda introduced herself as the new supervisor, she mentioned something along the lines of, "If there is something I care a lot about, it is your salary. Anything wrong with your payroll, let me know." Again, there came the boring game of having to introduce ourselves to the entire team. It was my turn and went like, "My name is Eric. Nice to meet you." Before sitting back. But then Rhonda retorted, "Nice to meet you, Cedric." I was told by other workmates at the time that Rhonda sucked at remembering names, so I just let it pass at the time. Days went by, and whenever I called for coaching and whatnot, Rhonda would continue to call me Cedric. I told her that my name is Eric several times, but she seemed to throw the same "I can't remember your name correctly" card excuse. It was a bit funny at the start, but eventually became a nuisance, and I started to believe she was calling me another name on purpose. One day I had a coaching session with Rhonda. This was about the time I had to put a stop to the nuisance. Following the coaching, I asked her why she was constantly calling me another name, because crap was no longer funny. At first, she tried to play dumb and attempted to use the same excuse. I cut her off, looked her dead in the eye and told her, "I know you're just messing with me. Just stop, because this is not funny anymore." Rhonda dropped her dumbfounded facade and replied, "You got me. It's simply because your face doesn't look like an Eric." What the F? You're just messing with me because I don't look like my name suits me. I then returned to my workplace after leering at Rhonda, because of a ridiculous game. Enter February and Rhonda didn't seem to have gotten the hint because she kept on messing with me. I have a habit of double-checking my payroll. When I checked, I noticed that the day I worked was marked as a day off again. I was a bit shocked. I was about to ask Rhonda what was happening before I could even go to her place. She informs us that there had been an outage with the payroll system and everyone in the team would appear as day off for the day. I was a bit relieved the next day. It seemed that everyone's payroll was eventually fixed, everyone but me. It was my second day I was being marked as a day off. Jack revealed that everyone's payroll was already fixed shortly after the first day's shift ended. However, Rhonda not only lied to me, she was stealing my payroll money. The bad news is that he had to send an email to the shift manager, as he needed authorization from him to modify the payroll from someone that wasn't on his team. On the next day, the fourth day, I checked my payroll once again. Finally fixed. In a matter of coincidence, it was Rhonda's day off. It was at this time when Jack approached me and we had another talk. Jack went like, "Got it, we've got your payroll fixed, but there's a problem." The shift manager also sent a copy of the email to Rhonda. "I'm sorry for that." I replied, "Don't worry about that. I'll deal with Rhonda on my own." "Thank you." Came Friday. I was sitting in my workplace doing my thing when Rhonda approaches me, boiling mad, as if I told her some profanity. She screamed, "I told you not to tell anybody about this. You." I stood up and looked at Rhonda dead in the eye and then said, "Not only you continue to disrespect me. Not only you lied to me. You tried to take my salary. What the F is wrong with you?" Rhonda gets pissed and yells, "That's it. I'm going to get you fired for this." I became already stressed out from the altercation, so I told my team lead that I was going to take a cigarette break. Following that break, I continued doing my own business and nothing happened. 2 days off later, I came back to work and then I noticed that Rhonda hadn't come to work at this time. The shift manager called me to his office. As soon as I entered and sat down, I saw Jack already there. It was at this point where I was told that Rhonda had been fired. It turns out that more evidence was found that she had had a lot of escalations over her head, as she had always felt as if she was entitled to bully her own agents. In addition, the company already filed a lawsuit against her for fraudulent activity and all because she refused to call me by my actual name. Wow, the absolute audacity. "I'm so sorry she disrespected you like this, Opie, and to try to steal your hard-earned money. Did she really think that she was going to get away with this? And since when do people get to rename others just because they don't think you look like your name? Who died and put this woman in charge? Good on you for not letting her walk all over you. I'm glad you're able to sniff out her BS and in turn get her the heck out of there. So long, rotten Rhonda. Have you had someone try to mess with you like this? Share your stories with us in the comments below, and thank you for joining us today on our lounge. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have something you want to say regarding today's content, we want to hear it. See you next time. I'm going to turn this one over to you. What do you make of this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, support, and time mean the world to me. So, thank you so much for being part of this. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.